Excellency Mr. Rudiantara, Minister of Communication and Information Technology of Indonesia. He will present a keynote speech.
Secretary General, Mr. Chow, Directors of ITU, Minister ICT and Science, Mr. Yu Yong Ma of Korea, Mayor of Busan, Mr. Wo, Excellencies Ministers, and Head of Telecom and Regulatory Authorities. The widening gap of wealth and income distribution has persisted through an intractable global phenomenon over the various economic cycles in recent decades. During the 2015 World Economic Forum in Davos, Oxfam published a research finding which postulated that by 2016, 1% of the world populations would own more than wealth of the other 99%. On the other word, half of global wealth is owned by 1%. The same study indicated the share of the world wealth as owned by the study base of 1% has increased from 44% to 48% in 2014, while the list of 80% own just 5.5%. It is worth noting that such worrying trend was occurring during a period of tepid global economic growth post the 2008 global economic turmoil. The research finding on this topic of growing wealth disparity was updated in January 2017, which found that the world's richest persons are as wealthy as half of the world population. Gini coefficient and various empirical studies point to the growing trend of the widening wealth and income disparity in the recent years. If you look at the Gini ratio of the G20 nations as compared to those of the less developed countries, they both confirm the same persistent trend. Left unaddressed, income and wealth disparity has the immediate adverse impact on not only economic development, but also social cohesion, civic participation, diminishing trust on the government and commitment in governance structures, and has been proven more so in recent years on the trend of radicalization. Hence, a brewing social, economic, political storm went left unchecked. Such uneven distribution of wealth warrant the urgent implementation of socio-economic developmental programs, which are not only strategic, practical, and quick-winning in terms of their applicability, but also technologically driven to ensure the greatest level of the efficacy and the widest reach of coverage in terms of addressing the welfare improvement needs to the disenfranchised. This leads us to the big policy question: how can we utilize this digitalization to address the strategic issues of widening wealth distribution and income disparity gap issues currently experienced around the globe? Ladies and gentlemen, we strongly believe that in order to reap the benefit from the digital world, especially in less developing countries, efforts must be directed toward two strategic measures. The first measure is by tackling societal and global challenge by empowering the micro, small, medium enterprises for rapid adoptions and practical applications of innovative and disruptive digital economy business models and frameworks as the enablers to drive inclusive global growth. Disruptive digital business model with shared economy logic have induced the creation of new economic and enterprise opportunities and the emergence of bargaining micro and medium-scale business entrepreneurs operating dynamically across market segmentation. Then, the second measure is by enabling the leapfrog of millions of micro, small, medium enterprises operating in formerly underserved regions to their respective economic and commercial evolutions through the adoptions of disruptive digital business model. This only be possible if universal and affordable connectivity are available to them, which generally not the case. In Indonesia experience, bridging this digital divide to rapid rollout of such infrastructures are effectively achieved through government affirmative policy utilizing USO fund as tactically allocated to tasks to fast-track the development of telecommunication infrastructures to frontiers which otherwise would remain non-commercially viable. Those millions of micro, small, medium enterprises which previously were prevented from fully realizing their potentials, primarily due to their lack of market access, scale, and logistic capabilities, by the virtue of gaining digital presence and online linkage to the market and the other market participants, were able to tackle those conventional challenges. While previously they were required to achieve such scale of operations and size to warrant the costly physical and operational presence at major economic centers and regional markets such as malls or stores. With digital access and connectivity, such requirements have become irrelevant and obsolete. Indonesia policy design and regulatory setting experience in promoting and supporting the incubation, evolution, and development of digital economy business model with far-reaching risks to and benefit for the micro, small, medium enterprises segment could be best represented by the following case studies. One case study, Tokopedia, Indonesia online marketplace. Since inception, Tokopedia has enabled 2 million merchants across nationwide districts, wherein 80% of those merchants are new entrepreneurs or with no previous track as sellers. To their last numbers, these merchants sold approximately 60 million products directly to millions of buyers across 5,600 districts nationwide, bypassing middlemen, overcoming logistic and distribution issues as typically faced by conventional business models such as mall, shops, and intermediaries. To the other case study, Gojek. Gojek is often referred to as Indonesian version of Uber, utilizing motorcycle drivers to complete a variety of services. Originally started in 2010 as a ride-hailing application that has since expanded to different verticals, including foods, grocery delivery, goods delivery, payment, ticket sales, lifestyle, even including massage service parlor, clean automotive services, and cosmetics. Armed with the mobile applications and smartphone, Gojek drivers now have opportunity to respond to real-time orders at various originating at en route locations by transporting not only passengers but also goods, couriers, shopping transactions, food and services delivery. In the first 14 months from launch, Gojek completed over 100 million orders, of which over 15 million orders were relating to food delivery. Within 2 short years, Gojek has provided more than 300,000 informal economy motorcycle taxi drivers. The drivers earn higher income, if not minimum double, by signing as an entrepreneur service provider. Many new businesses, such as homemade foods and home industry products, have been created specifically with Gojek ecosystem and delivery reach in mind. Through Gojek disruptive business model, home food maker can directly sell to the customer without the necessity to have a commercial kitchen or else in traditional restaurant. As I mentioned earlier, there are 2 measures to reap the benefits from the digital world, especially in less developing countries. That's enough said for the first measure. The second measure is through affirmative policy, bridging the digital divide utilizing USO fund to enable to fast-track the telecommunication infrastructure development and availability in those underserved, non-viable area. To enable leapfrog of our millions of micro, small, medium enterprises, they are to enter the digital economy through the adoption of disruptive digital business models. Universal access is the essential first step for creation of opportunity and wealth for undeserved low-income areas. Reducing the digital divide can help mitigate many wider social, equality, health, and well-being issues. This USO program called Paraparing is the example of fast-track telecommunication infrastructure is underdeveloped and rural undeserved area. This project aims to provide nationwide fiber optic backbone in all more than 500 municipal countries. All the aforementioned USO infrastructure program are using public-private partnerships scheme to ensure this quality output is developed and run by highly qualified private sectors in telecommunication while protected by government guarantee to ensure the viability of the project. This means Indonesia, a wide archipelago countries with around 17,000 islands spread widely within 4 years' time or by 2019 will fully covered by telecommunication access, which given the massive portions of the country area are financially and commercially non-viable, would have been impossible if USO funds have not been available to do this fast-track development. Kindly allow me to postulate that the above said strategies would have similar applicable and would offer tremendous potential for other emerging markets and developing nations. Ladies and gentlemen, before I close my speech, moving forward, Indonesia is calling ITU member states to initiate a global movement to address the widening gap of the wealth and income inequality through, first, rapid adoption and applications of innovative digital economy business models and frameworks as enabler for shared economy, workforce digitalization, and financial inclusion. Second, fast-track development of telecommunication infrastructure in non-commercially viable underserved region through the use of USO fund, as this enable the leapfrog of millions of micro, small, medium enterprises operating in that section to the new economy and commercial evolution through the adoption of disruptive digital business model. Thank you very much. Kamsahamnida.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I would now like to invite to the